Testing now. I think it's not good, but I would just like to double check if I'm live. If I'm live, okay, yep, I'm live. I'm gonna go to check out the audio. Check out the audio. Internet is kind of taking forever, so I don't even trust that this stream is going to be live
Check
for a
out the
long
audio.
time. Internet is kind of taking forever, so I don't even trust that this stream is going to be live
Check
for
out
a
the
long
audio.
time. Alrighty. So what we're doing for today is a spoon, fork, and knife pack, basically. So um what I was thinking was just do a whole bunch of kitchen utensils, which would normally include the big spoon for serving, some, I don't know what they call all those, but it's completely different from the cutleries. Cutleries are things that you used to eat. So I broke kitchen utensils down and cooking utensils, right? So I probably want to do a little more research on this and know how I'm going to group it. But for today, we are modeling, where is it? This right here. So I'm going to have three sets of this. I'm going to have the gold, I'm going to have the silver, and then I'm going to have an eco-friendly type also. So I'm just going to, I think I'm going to take a screenshot of this. I'm going to download. And by the way, it's a premium image, so I'll just take a picture and then I want to go. I think I've never opened Blender, so I'll just open Blender, get onto what we have to model for today. Um, Forgive my manners. How are you guys doing? That's if there's anyone on the stream. How was your day? Hope you had a chill day. Give my manners. How are you guys doing? That's if there's anyone on the stream. How was your day? All right. So I think first things first. First things first. I want to. Yep. I think I have Blender opened, but it opened somewhere else. So I'm just going to pull it to where it ought to be right here. So clear out the scene. I'm going to bring in my reference by opening a new window and then pull this in. So I'll reset rotation, reset location, and RX90. So we have this in plain view. I think we already see this diagonal line, and this is what we could use as a reference to know whether we are we are on the center now. So I'm going to reduce opacity and I'm going to rotate. Is this straight? Yeah, somewhere around here, right here. It's straight. So I'm going to start with the spoon, build from that, and I would go on to build for orders. So we have this. I'm going to rotate slightly, GX, and then I'm going to move this on the Y just like so. So in front right here, um, I'm just going to bring in a plane, and with the plane, I'm going to use that plane to trace the shape first, and then try to figure out the depth because I can't even see the depth from this reference. Let me see if I can look for a better reference. Spoon, fork, and knife. Blueprints. Let's see. You know what? I'm going to eyeball all those. All right. Uh, let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Come on, come on, come on. I want to see it from the side. So I could somehow replicate the depth. I can't see anything that is as close as this, so I'm going to use this as my reference. So I'll bring in a plane. Okay, I already brought in a plane. I'm going to bring that into view, scale all of that down, right? And in edit mode, I'm going to move this to start, figuring out the shape. So we have this. I'm going to bring this here, right here. Extrude this up to this point. I think I want this to rotate around just like so. Right? Is that good? No? I think this is a better topology. So I'm going to bring this over here. SX0. Put this here. Rotate this, and probably want to extrude things like so. Select this. Extrude on the Z. Easy. Right here. GX. Move that in, and I want to look for those breakpoints that defines the shape. Right here. GX. Okay. So right here I can GX in a little bit. And then right here I can GX, bring this out. So this is good. Right here I want to extrude all the way to the top. Right, GZ. And then I can just add loops in the center to make up the shape. I don't think these are enough to make up that shape, but we're going to try, see what's working and what's not. Down to the edge, down to the edge. I think this should GX all the way out, then GX. So we got this. I would flip this to the other side and make sure GX, this is flush. So this is cool. My thinking is I would probably need one more loop on this side, or maybe two, but I'm going to go one. Right, and this entire thing I want to rotate around the 3D cursor on the X by 90. Rotate again by 120. And the reason is that I want to look at this from the top view. I don't think I like the way I'm looking at it from like the front view. So I want to look at it from the top. Then right here, I need to come and start defining the shape. This looks straight down here, and there's something that could ergonomically help you with handling the spawn, and something that serves as a reference to know where your hand is on the entire length of this pause. So I don't think I'll go with this design. I'm going to look at this from the top again, see if the shadows can give off, or the way it's being lit can make me understand the shape. Not necessarily. So I'm going to go to the side, and I'm going to start using proportional editing to kind of give it a shape. I think I want to add a little more loops right here and one more on the side. So we got this. I'm going to switch this to proportional editing, GZ, but I'm going to switch pivot points to bounding box, GZ, bring this down. I'm going to select this, bring this up, right? Nope, not right at all. Let's do that again. I'm going to change this to sphere. come to the front, select both, and just GC. And then this I can GC. Then maybe rotate just slightly. Cool. Looking at this, I feel like it should be slimmer. So I'm going to select this, GX. Okay. Should I add the solidifier right now? I'm thinking. I feel like I should add a solidifier right now. Then I can add, I think this center definitely is going to come up from here to here. All of this information should GZ. Okay, I like this shape here, but towards here, it begins to be a problem. So this right here, I will dissolve this, select this, and just, I'm going to bevel that, try to make that smooth. That's cool. I'm going to increase this thickness. I think this thickness is good, not so much on the thickness. And then I think using this as a reference, this part is like the most crucial part in this. But looking at this, it looks like this curves at an angle a little bit. So I'm going to select all of that, use an active element as the pivot, and just rotate this. Nope. Select this, GZ, but not from the active view. I'm going to go from the bounding box. For me to get this depth to there, I'm going to switch to this and try again. Okay. I feel like this is good. But in the entire context of the spoon, it's probably not it, especially for this part right here. So I want to dissolve all of these joints, all of this right here, dissolve edges. I'm going to add in a new one, right? Lift this now, GZ, and then bevel. I want to see that transition move smoother. I don't think there's contrast enough right here, so I'm going to select this and I'm going to GX, but with this GX. GX. Oh shit. GX. Okay. Cool. And then I'm going to do for this part G right here and then bevel all of that. Then I'm going to reduce this solidify a little bit. This spoon looks like it's going to do more good. Do more harm. than good. Right here, I think this dips down a little too much. You know what? Turn off that subdivision. I mean, that's solidify. Let's look at this again. Let's see. GY. GY. Solidify. Bevel. Bevel is all over the place, so maybe I can recalculate normal and hope that it works. Still all over the place. Do I need to add scale? Yeah, I need to add scale. Then I can add bevel now. Then after that bevel, I can put in a subdivision. So for this, let me turn off bevel and subdivision. I feel like this part should come up a little bit. So I'm going to use proportional editing and just GZ this. GZ. Oh. Okay. Done. Apart from this tape right here, I need to stretch this out just like so. GY. GY. And then GY. Dissolve edges. I'm going to deal with that edge again. You know what? Maybe this can even serve as itself. Right. And then cheesy. And then just bevel that. Okay. I'll move this to spoon. Or do I need to move it into a separate collection? No. I think this can just be out here. And I can... Can I turn this into a fork? Instead of... Let me try. Shift the X. And for a fork, I can GX. Move this into position. And let's see how we can deform this. So I'll turn off all the modifier that we have applied. Right? If I go any further, I'll just want to check the stream because this internet doesn't look strong at all. So I want to make sure that everything is working fine. Applied. Right? Alright. So if I go good on that. I think first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to dissolve this edge and all of this right here. I'm going to make it align. GX, make it align. Just like so. Okay. So let's see if the camera caught that. If it caught that, I'm cool. Okay. I think I skipped that. So let's move on. Can GX this GX, right? GX, GX, and then GX. So this is going to be by the corner on this side. This right here is going to need a loop on this side. So I'm going to add one loop there. And I think I should just start defining the shape of this with loops. So I'm going to move this in and GX, GX. So we have one strand. I'm going to do the same for this. GG, 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 right? Same for this. GG. Just make sure that I'm holding that shape. There's just a lot of edges running through to this place. So I think right about here, I want to terminate this edges running. So I'm going to GG and then join this. And then this is going to be out, dissolve edge. So this and this loop can be dissolved. And then this all the way down to here can be GG, just like so. I'm going to delete all of this, delete faces, and then this. I'm going to delete faces. So let's see what that looks like. I think it's a little bit aligned, but not so much. Right here looks weird. If I add in a subdivision, let's see. Okay. Not bad. What I'm going to do is just hold up this shape, hold it up on the side too. This edge right here. I'm going to GZ, just a smidge. So that's cool, but like this shape is weird. Like you just have to agree with me. Like this is not looking like a regular fork. So I'm going to move this in just a tiny bit. Okay, I think the spacing between them is now good. And then this one on the extreme, I need to bring it in just a smidge, GX. So there. kind of the same size. So I think this is the fork. And wait, let me look at the shape of the fork, because it's looking like, yeah, there's no, it's just same movements all across. So I'm going to take all of this face down here in the side view, and it's not going to be in the shape of a spoon. I'm going to turn off this one. It's not going to be in the shape of a spoon. It's going to be a Z0, and it's going to be flat. A Z0 and GZ right here. So now that we have this, I'm going to come onto this side, and right here. And on the side view, I'll click on proportional editing and just GZ that, all of that down. So that's cool, but it looks really deep. So I'm going to take all of that and just try to bring it up just a little more. Maybe all this here, I'm going to have to dissolve these edges. 1, 2, 3. Dissolve edges. I'm going to select this, come to the side, and I can GZ. Just like so. This right here, do I want to dissolve that? I can. And then I'll add this, come to the front view, and ooh, I need to look for that brand new. I was looking at a brand new case study recently, and this just reminded me of a project I'm working on. I think I want to get some inspiration from one of the projects. But now that I remember, I just quickly want to look for that project and we'll get back to modeling. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, I hope I remember. I think I got it via email. Yeah, it was via email, bro. You know what? I'm going to turn off my screen display and access my email. I feel like if I don't find that thing right now, I might not remember to pull it up again. So where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Oh my god, this is not it. Ooh, was it brand new? It was B piano. Please be this. Please be this. It's not this. So it's either brand archive or B piano. So I'm going to search both of them. Oh man. Should be sad if I don't find this one. Is it this? Let's see. Let's see. No. Oh man, I don't think I can find it. Okay. I think that's about the recent project I have previewed, and I've not found anything that is that. Let's see this one. Okay, I've checked this one. If I check this, oh my god. No. Yep, I found it. I found it. Found it. All right. So we can return to the stream. Turn back on. And let's go. Here's the fork, and I think on the side I want to make it like something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then all of this comes down. 5. Just like so. I can select all of this and GZ all that up. Okay, that's cool. So I can go on to turning on solidify, shade smooth. I'm going to bring in bevel. Bevel sharpened up these edges, which is not good. And then I think subdivision. Should subdivision come first before bevel? Let's try. Yeah, it worked, but like it also messed up the corners. Okay, I think this works better. This is massive actually. So I moved the subdivision first, solidify next, and then bevel followed. So our fork is done. I'm going to move a copy of it to the side, and I think I'm going to use the same one to make the smaller fork. So I'm going to GX, move this to the side, rotate this by 180, and in this G I'm just going to scale it down. I just want to get it close enough first so I know how I'm going to treat this. I'm not really sure how I'm going to go about this, if I'm going to leave it as 4, or I'm probably going to create that three mouth fork basically. SX scale, and then this I'm going to on 0 GY. That's cool. I don't think I'm going to change anything about this, so I'm going to rotate 180 and join it with the collection that I already had here. So the last but not the least is this guy right here. I'm going to move him to the center, and then this is not symmetrical, so we have to go pixel for pixel basically. So I'm going to bring this down, G, scale. So this comes down right here, this right here. I'm going to extrude this to the side. Is EY. I'm going to move this all the way down here. SY0. And then this, I'm going to add a couple of edge loops that I can move on the X, just like so. GX. Right here. And right here, GX. So this is the flow of this knife. I'm going to space things out now. Space, space, space. So that's good. Right here, I want to select this edge, and then this, and then this. I'm going to delete that vertices, and then this I'm just going to extrude into space, because this part of the knife I'm going to use a whole different mesh to create that. So I think the part that I envision giving me some issues is this teeth part. I'm not really sure of how I'm going to approach it, but we'll see. G G G G. Alrighty, so right here I can duplicate that P, separate that selection, and then GY, move this in. I think on the side view I want to extrude this up and extrude on the Y, just like so. GY. I'm going to add this here, add this, and add this, so that I can use all of the information to create the shape. I think with this I can flip, because this looks symmetrical to me. So with this I can flip. I'm going to bring cursor to this point, and I'm going to bring origin of this to the 3D cursor, and then now I can apply my mirror modifier, apply that. So we have this. I'm going to make it much more defined than this. So I'm going to select all of these faces and GZ all the way up. So we have so much difference between both. So I'm going to hold up this shape and hold up this shape. Let's do it again. This shape, select this edge, and then bevel. So this is what this looks like. Right here I can easy SZ, collapse that GZ. I think I need to make this rounder. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come to the side view, select this, and with proportional editing selected, I will just lift this part. Okay. So this can easy. As a matter of fact, maybe I can SZ, no? SZ0. I'll bring 3D cursor to this point. I'll bring origin to 3D cursor, and then flip this the other way. So this is what that looks like. I think this, I want to add some thickness to it, so I can kind of see what it looks like basically. And the what do you call it? I just want to see the width so I know how to fit this in. Um right here, I want to bring this down. Right. And GZ. I'll bring this down even more. That's good. Can select this GZ, and this GZ. That's cool. Then I don't know what's happening on this side. It looks like a ridge to me. So I'm going to select this and just extrude all the way to the end. I can scale this up. I want to fill that face and then curve it. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to fill. I'm going to come to the top view and then I'm going to curve this. So GY. Right here, GY. Right here, GY. So I'm going to flip this to the other side. I'm going to apply that mirror first, and then all of this down here, I'm going to delete this face and then reconnect this just like so. Fill. Then this, I don't know if I can connect this to this with J. No, can't connect. Maybe I'll use a knife tool. Then can this connect with J? Let's see. No, can't connect. Knife tool. So the thing about the knife tool now is I have to make sure that's straight dead in center. So I'm going to select this knife tool all the way to this right here. This tunnel, I'm going to measure this at last. Then make that selection again. I think this two also needs to be measured last. Select this all the way to this. I'm going to come to the back and SZ0. And this, I'm going to GZ just a smidge. And yeah, I think we could get this part. The only thing about this part that I want to add extra is this right here. So there's some kind of something like that down there. So we have the knife. I think for this one, I want to add some bevel before I go any further. So let me see if I can add an overall bevel. GY. You see this edge here? I'm not sure I like it. In fact, I don't like it. Not like I'm not sure. So I'm going to take out the bevel and the subdivision shader to smooth. And then I'm going to put in my loops myself and kind of create whatever holding I want to create by myself. So I'm just selecting the edges that I want to put holding loop on right here. So I can Control B, bevel that, and then add in a subdivision. And yep, that's good. But I want to do that again. Okay, it looks like I overdid it on this side. So that's cool. Add in a subdivision. And yep, I have it. So next I'm going to go to the top view. I want to add a subdivision to this. So this now rounds off and follow the shape better, but in doing that, some of them actually got out of position. I think it's just this one that got out of position. So I'm going to move this into position better, right? I mean, I think what I'm going to do is GG, align this. Then, I'm going to separate this part. Or this part of the knife. Okay. I'm going to select this part basically. So this part all the way to the top right here. And then I'm going to separate that selection. Then I'm going to treat this differently in order to achieve those cuts. Oh, I can't, because now it looks like this is different from this. So I'm going to delete this. I'm going to remove that subdivision, and then no, I'm going to go all the way back to when I separated that. I'm going to remove that subdivision and then create what I want to create. Remove the solidify. I'm not really sure how to approach this, man. This is crazy. Active element, Shift D, and rotate. Let's go to the side view. Shift D and rotate. I can select this and bridge bolts, right? And then bridge this also. I think this part I can SZ, move that much closer together. I think around the bounding box do SZ0 or SZ0. Let's see from the top view what that looks like. That's cool. I'm going to bring this out even more. Then on this view, I want to rotate in such a manner that this can be centralized. So GC. I'm going to have some holding loops right here, and then one more holding loop here. I'm going to select this edge, fill. Apply the subdivision, and then oh, I'm undoing to where it's just flat like this, and The reason I want to undo is I think I was already losing a bit of the form on the first one, so I just undid to this point where it still had the basic shape, so I can build off of that again. So I'll select this. Let's add subdivision. I'm going to remove the solidify. So what I'm selecting is all the way to this guy right here. So I can maybe select this P to separate that selection, right? We have that, so I'm just going to add a ton of more loops. And then I think what we did for the last model, we're just going to space these things. So we can space and do the same for this one. Space. Do we have enough chords? I don't think so. I'm going to space that again. Space and then space. I think this is good enough for me to, okay, no, not good enough. I want to add some more loops. Select this. I'm going to select this part and then space. Let's do it again for this right here. Space. So we have that. I'm going to select the entire edge, check out the select that, and then just extrude that out. I want to bevel this. So we have that edge cut right there. The only thing is that it's going to be tricky to join together back with this mesh because we don't have this amount of edge loops right here. What I can do is probably add in the edge loops so that I can be able to join these two mesh back together. So I'm going to go something like this. I'm going to undo that bevel first of all. Then I think for this I'm going to add maybe like 6. That's cool. This I'm going to add, but you know what, let me just join this first. Merge at last. Merge at what? Okay, I need to join both mesh. Merge at last. Cool. Merge at last. I think this merges with this at last. This with this. This with this. This two merge at last. And this two. I think same with this. Yeah, I'm just going to merge this instead. Merge this. And then let's see if this is free. I'm going to merge this also at last. So now we see the amount of loops that we need in between each of them. So I'm going to add this. I think this is complete. This is, it needs 6. This right here needs 6. This needs 6. This needs 2, 2, 2. This needs 6 too. This looks like it needs 2, 2, 2, 1. This line needs 7. This is 6. This is giving 7 actually. This is 6. This is 7. This is 4. This is 3. So we're going to start bridging this. So, or let's join the ones you can join by distance first, and then I probably want to do merge at last. There should be a faster way, I'll be completely honest with you, but this is what I can manage right now. Merge. Merge at last. Same goes with this, this, this. Merge. Merge. Ooh. This is 12 o'clock. I can do something like this. Merge at last. Man, this is still a long way to go. What? Let me start from the top. Merge. Merge. I think this is a new start. Then merge. Merge. I'm going to merge that, merge this, merge this, merge this. This is a new start. So we're going to go merge this. Merge. These two can merge. 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 Please just line up because I can't do this all over again. Merge. I think it lines up. Say for a few that are hanging around, this is cool. So I'm going to select all of that and I'm going to add in solidify. So we have solidify added in. I'm going to add in bevel. So I need to add scale, pull back on that solidify, and then I'm going to bevel that. So knife is done. um think this part I want scale on the Z, just make it fatter a little bit, and we've got this. But this shape is throwing it off, this edges right here, so I'm going to delete those and think it's better. Not better. This dissolve edges. Cool. So I'm going to apply this mesh and join these two together. The differentiating factor of this one is the fact that I want to make each of them like a gold, silver, and I think just a gold set and a silver set of cutleries. So I'm going to go into asset browser Polyhaven, and then I'll look for a silver texture, silver or metal. Let's look for metal. I'll have to now maybe I should just do it myself. Okay, it looks like I'll have to start like desaturating some things, and I don't want to do that. GY scale. Think this should be beveled if you'd ask me. Okay. I'm going to go to shader editor, add in a new, make that metallic, reduce roughness. So this is going to be silver spoons. I'm going to select all of this and link material. No, but like it needs to be baked into the material for it to make sense. I'm going to look for one of this without rust. Or let me check material, blender kits, search for metal. Do we have anything? Come on, come on, come on. There's no time. Okay, looks like it's not connecting. Let's check rendered view on what this looks like. I'm going to use HDRIs here. Okay. I'm going to go to use studio light so I can get more out of the reflections. So let's use this. Okay. Getting closer. I like this, but it's not there. Yep. This is what I'm talking about. Like the lighting is good. It rubs off the topology nicely too. So this is set 1. I'm going to shift DX, and then on the material I'm going to make this different and just give this a gold kind of color. So these 3 are going to be linked to this. This, I don't know if anybody's going to pay more than $2 on this, but I'm going to put this at 4. So I just want to save this, and that'll be a wrap for this. This is done. This is day 35, and this spoon, forks, and knife. So I'm going to save. Call this day 30. I think this 35, and I'm saying it's 34. Can you imagine? It's 35. And I would say the 35 spoons, forks, and Nice. So this is saved. I'm going to pack all of that information into the blend file, and we save. So I think apart from some gold refinement here, everything else looks good. So yeah, that's it, guys. Can you imagine? I wasn't charging my computer so long, and until I see you guys in the next one. Space.